guys, so I wanted to show you how we made our famous Mickey ears that I have in my Etsy store. We wore these to Disneyland and some friends wore it to Disney World, and we were finding that everybody was asking us where we got them, and we told them we made them ourselves. So I decided to put together a tutorial to show you how to make a basic pair and really leave it up to you to get as creative as you want with all the embellishments. So we've done some with Belle, Little Mermaid, all the characters, and they are just so much fun. If you need more ideas, check out our Etsy store. So to start, you're going to get some fabric based on whatever character or style you want, and I got these based off Little Mermaid at Joann's Fabric, and some embellishments. If you notice, we are doing Little Mermaid in this part of the tutorial. A Sharpie, some scissors, and then you're going to print out a template from my website or my blog, and I put the link down below, and some foam and a headband, and if you want the bow to be ribbon, some ribbon. You're also going to need a hot glue gun and a glue stick, probably about 2 if you're using shorter ones, a 1/4-inch piece of foam, some pins for your fabric, and a needle and thread, or my preference, a sewing machine. And if you don't want to buy all of this stuff and have leftover fabric and things like that, I have some kits on my Etsy store, and we'll be adding more and more, and I will always be taking requests. So to start, you're going to print out this template off of twokidsanlosingit.blogspot.com, and there's some instructions on it, but this tutorial will definitely help. So cut out your pieces, all 3 pieces, because you will need all of them. Then you're going to lay out your fabrics that you're going to be using for your ears, and you want to place them right sides together. That means the part that you want facing out is going to go together. So if you want a double layered fabric for one side or 2 sides of your ears, you need to treat those as if it's one fabric and sandwich it right side up. Just make sure that when you turn it right side out that you get it in the right slot when you turn it around. So for this sake, I'm just going to do a simple 2 fabric thing, and then I'm going to put a pin in, and you can move your template down so that you can save a little bit of fabric or just be as resourceful as possible, maybe use it somewhere else. And then you're going to trace around your cutting template with a Sharpie, and that line doesn't have to be perfect because you're just going to cut it out, and then you're going to take your ear sewing line and stick that right in the center and trace around that, being a little bit more precise with that one. So now that you have that, we're going to throw a few more pins in the mix to hold it all together while we cut on the outside line. You can always leave extra fabric if you want. It doesn't have to be precise, but don't go too close to your sewing line because you need that fabric. So now that we have that cut out, we're just going to take and sew around that line on the very inside of that line, just close enough to it. You can use a needle and thread, but I'm going to tell you a sewing machine is much, much more preferred. Just go slowly and guide it around the circle, but either way is possible. So go ahead and turn your fabric out right side out, and you'll see that this is a double layered. So see how I mean? You can turn it a couple different ways. You want to make sure you get it right. Then we're going to trace our foam. If you buy the kit, it'll come with white foam, so you can just use a regular pen. But in this one, we were using black foam, so we used a white crayon so that we could see the line. So to get the foam in, and this part is actually really, really important, you need to squeeze it into a tight circle by rolling it, and then stick it into the small hole. Believe me, if you don't do it like that, you won't get it in. It's just how it's going to work. So now for the foam, you have 2 options. You can cut around the template that I've showed you, which you already do need to print and cut out for the foam, and put it in. But my new favorite way that I've learned after making tons of these is I just like to stuff foam in, and the more the better. I like the ears nice and poofy, and it just makes them sturdier, and it just looks better to me. So once you have your foam in, these ones are done with just 1 layer, you're going to close the fabric with some hot glue by putting a thin layer of hot glue on the rim of your foam, and then push in one side of your your fabric and then do the other side, which will make a nice solid base for when you glue it onto the headband, like so. So you're going to pick where you want your ears on the headband and put a thick strip of glue and hold firmly down until the glue is completely dry. You want to press firmly, and it'll take about 20 to 30 seconds for that glue to start finally drying, and then you're going to do it to the other ear as well. You can lay out and figure out where you want the ears before you do this too. So now the bow, there's two options. You can do a fabric bow like I'm doing here, and I like to stuff it with foam just to make it a little bit more sturdy. And I'm just basically covering a piece of foam with some fabric, and then I'm going to fold it in half by going a quarter from the top and a quarter from the bottom. Does that make sense? So you just want to get all that foam closed in there, and you can go back and kind of hot glue it all back together so the foam doesn't stick out, which I didn't show you guys that I did that. And then just cinch it together, and to keep it all together I just take some thread and tighten it around it and tie it, since I'm going to probably put something like shells there. So another option, you can use a big ribbon just by hot gluing it into a loop, and then when you cinch it, you're going to cinch it over that hot glued part so that seam is completely gone. And then use the thread, and now you can start embellishing your ears. Pick what you want to go with your character. This is our Pirates themed one that I will have on Etsy. This is the Tinkerbell theme that has some little crystals. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and I have to see your guys' creations on Instagram. Make sure you hashtag Auntie Tay, and I will look at them. And guess what, guys? This is a giveaway video. I'm so excited. All you have to do to win a $50 gift card to my Etsy store is pin this video to your Pinterest account and then comment below to tell me that you've done so. Thank you, guys. You can also win these by entering my 2,000 subscriber giveaway if it is in September of 2014 still. Go ahead and look at that video to see how you can win this plus 20 other prizes. Exciting, exciting. Goodbye, guys. I love you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.